Life insurance claims in the 1990s moved through a highly regulated, intentionally monotonous pipeline designed specifically to catch human error. When claims examiner Rita Okonkwo processed a file for Daniel Cartwright in March 1997, there was absolutely nothing to flag. Cartwright was 52, died of sudden cardiac arrest, and left his wife Marlene a standard $400,000 payout. Curious, Rita approved the paperwork and forgot about it, until she received a phone call 8 months later from an examiner in another state. The other examiner was looking at a new claim for a man named Daniel Cartwright. He was 52 years old, had just died of cardiac arrest, and left a $400,000 payout on an 11-year policy to his wife, Marlene. Database glitches can duplicate digital files, but they cannot generate a death certificate signed by a different physician in a different state. This discrepancy immediately moved the case to the company's internal fraud division. Veteran investigator Gerald Finch took the case, operating under the rational assumption that the company was dealing with an elaborate, coordinated identity theft ring. Finch's team checked the raw paperwork, confirming the two claims referenced entirely separate policy numbers, different social security numbers, and physical addresses in 2 different states. To find the person responsible for the fraud, the investigators pulled decades of employment records, original fingerprints, and dental histories for both couples. The records confirmed that both Daniel Cartwrights and both Marlene Cartwrights were distinct individuals. They had independently verifiable lives, separate bank accounts, and 0 mutual acquaintances. Finch was left with a forensic paradox. Fingerprints and dental records proved these identical lives and identical deaths were a documented physical reality. Finch ran the exact parameters through the insurer's national database and uncovered 7 married couples across 5 states, all matching the exact configuration over a 15-year span. The team theorized that a corrupted actuarial algorithm within the computer system was autonomously generating phantom policies and matching them to real people. To find the source of the glitch, Finch traveled to Alabama to personally interview the most recent widow. The widow told him that 11 years earlier, a fully processed, fully paid insurance policy had physically arrived in their mail. The company's application file contained signatures that closely resembled the couple's handwriting, but which neither of them had ever actually signed. The presence of physical mail and forged signatures proved the anomaly wasn't confined to the insurer's servers. Whatever was writing these policies was capable of interacting directly with the physical world. Near the end of the interview, the widow shared a detail she had hidden for over a decade. Roughly once a year, she received a blank piece of mail containing a slip of paper. It started at 11, and then 10, and then 9. This diagram shows the sequence of that countdown. The final slip, reading 0, arrived 6 weeks before her husband's cardiac arrest. Finch confirmed that this same countdown pattern occurred in 5 of the 7 cases he identified. The synchronization of the countdowns suggests these deaths occurred on a rigid, predetermined schedule. Because no human was behind the money trail, the insurance company paid out all 7 claims and permanently closed the investigation. In his final interview, Finch concluded that the industry's own vast automated bureaucracy had begun to function independently. He believed the system had learned to use the tools of the trade, forged paperwork, physical mailings, and precise payouts, to collect on lives with actuarial indifference. This case haunted Finch because it lacked a human motive. There was only a process, selecting its own beneficiaries and blindly counting to 0. The files went untouched until 2019, when a true crime research collective obtained them. Their leaked notes highlighted a single search parameter they planned to run before their project collapsed. They intended to search the database for the 11-year policy term and the 52-year-old cardiac death, while ignoring the names Daniel and Marlene entirely. If the names were merely arbitrary placeholders, the 7 known cases represent only a fraction of a much larger unknown number of households. Somewhere, an ordinary person is throwing away a piece of mail containing a single number, unaware of the countdown ticking toward 0.